Welcome to Nordic Malayali. Today we have with us Soumya Velpula. She is a Siren Hoitaya in Vanda Kaupunki. Welcome to the show, Soumya.
Thank you so much. So the Lai Hoitya basically cannot administer all kind of drugs.
Okay.
Just oral medications they can give. Everything is in Finnish. Nobody talks with you in English. At the end of the day, unknowingly, they are expecting a lot from you, and you end up getting peanuts. This is not the job if you want to work for getting more money. If you are coming here with big dreams, thinking that from tomorrow I'll start working as a nurse, it's not possible. Finland is not the place. Before we start, I would really like to thank you, Sunny, for this opportunity. And I really hope that you're aiming to certain group of people this information, and I hope whoever is seeing this information, this is truly based on my own personal experiences and listening from my friends and all, whatever I'm sharing today. Nothing is like truly factual or statistical, just to keep in mind. Hi everyone, this is Soumya Velpula. I'm working as a registered nurse currently in the oncology inpatient care. I've been living in Finland for 13 years. I started my journey as a practical nurse, and then I worked with these soldiers who served the country, but during the war, and they were bedridden. Basically, they were at the end stages of life. I had no information in Finland how the system is, what is the difference between practical nurse and a registered nurse. So I was thinking I was already a registered nurse. So and then when I went into the field, I got some cultural shock, and then I understood, okay, I want to do something more. So then I went and I did my graduation again for 3.5 years. And then I got my degree as a registered nurse. I love doing my job.
Okay.
So that's about me basically.
So, what is the difference between a Lahi Hoitaya and a Siren Hoitaya?
Basically, there is everything, it's almost the same. What Lahi Hoitaya does, the registered nurse, Siren Hoitaya also do it. But just that in Finland, the FDA and the Valvira, the permissions and all, they are very, very strict. So if you are able to, if you are about to manage any, administer any kind of medication, you need license for that. And registered nurses get the license for the drugs.
The Siren
Hoitaya.
Okay.
So the Lai Hoitaya basically cannot administer all kind of drugs.
Okay.
Just oral medications they can give, but they cannot prescribe, they cannot administer any other drugs. Whereas registered nurse has the license to give. To prescribe also some kind of drugs, but it's mostly like administration of drugs. We have more rights. That's the only difference.
Okay.
And it's like almost 1.5 year more of extra education
For the Siren
for Siren Hoitaya.
Okay. And then you get the accreditation from Valvira.
Yes.
But the Lahi Hoitaya does not need that, or is it like
if you want, if the place is demanding, if your workplace is demanding that, for example, you want to vaccinate old people, or if you want to give kind of insulin or some kind of blood thinners and all, so you can apply for the license, but it is very restricted license. Whereas registered nurse, there is a huge wide open possibilities with that registration you have. You can give many drugs.
So more job opportunities.
Yes, exactly. And more responsibility, I will say.
Okay. So, do you have to do specializations in your nursing field, or is it like once you've done the Siren Hoitaya or Lahi Hoitaya course, it is?
Once you jump into the field, you always have the basic rights to do whatever you have learned, but you have to keep updating yourself. So it's not like certification, but you have the system provides you schools that you have to go and finish those, get those. It's not like grades, I would say, like hours. You should show them that this much hours I have studied. I have completed this course. Some have exams, you have to pass those exams. They're usually through internet, or some are like contact lessons. You go and you visit once in a while and you get the grades required. But yes, there is always more information and more courses that you have to do. It's like updating yourself, but it's not like that you cannot work. You can always, once you finish, you get a degree, you get a certificate, you will be working in the field. But they will know that, okay, this person is not has not covered these many credits, so she's not capable of
moving forward.
So they will provide you that opportunity so that you learn and you move forward, definitely.
What are the language requirements you need for being a Lahi Hoitaya or a Sairan Hoitaya?
Definitely, you're living in Finland, so it's Finnish. You cannot escape from that.
Okay.
Finnish is the first and most important thing. If you have other languages, as we all know, always language is a gift, it's an art. If you know, you can manage many things. So on top of that, if you know Swedish, it's an extra cream on the ice.
Okay.
But Finnish is very, very important.
So to work
then comes English.
Okay.
If you know the language, English language, then if you have any foreign patients, then you can use that language skills.
Yeah, but just English won't work.
No, not at all.
You need to know either Finnish or Swedish.
100%.
And English is just a plus.
There are very, very specified Swedish hospitals here. So in those places, again, Swedish should be a stronger language.
Okay.
You can manage without Finnish, but otherwise everywhere it's Finnish.
So your documentation,
Everything is in Finnish. Nobody talks with you in English. They try to push you.
Yes.
That's the best part I like in Finns. They appreciate that you're learning their language,
yes.
and they try to support as much as they can. Many people, they are very sweet. They will not correct you. They will like, it's okay, I understand what you're trying to say. But there are some more who are extra sweet, who try to say, who try to feel, and they correct immediately, saying that this is not right, this is wrong.
Yes.
They will correct you because they want you to learn it in the right way. So that is the best thing I have seen here in Finland. Throughout my working experience, they will support you. If they are seeing that you are having the zeal to work, or if you are liking to do, they will definitely support you. You should show that is your job.
Okay. I know it will be different every day, but how is your ideal work day?
It again depends from the ward you are working, the people you are working with. It's quite different. And because I have never worked in India, so I don't know how the system in India works. But at least in Finland, it's very, very, everything is so organized. And everything is like time. Time is like the true essence, and you have to follow the time. So if my shift starts at 7, I have to be there at 7 no matter what.
Yes.
And they truly
You have to
appreciate
start
if you're
working at 7.
Yes, exactly. And they truly appreciate if you're 5 minutes before 7.
Okay.
There are shift managers who plan already what kind of patients you're going to take previous day before your shift starts. And there is kind of a list of the patients who are you know that you are going to take care of them tomorrow. So you can always go and prepare yourself one day before by getting accessibility to their information. Our day starts in a way that we first go, like let's say my work starts, I go get a report from the previous shift colleague who is finishing her night shift. I get the report and then I just go start arranging all the medications, and then I administer the medications to the patients, and then we start hearing the stories from the patient, how the previous day has gone and all. And then at 8:30 around after 1 hour of our work starts, we have this kind of emergency, like kind of a meeting. We will talk only emergency things, not all kind of stories or anything. If something is like priority, if something is very priority, you tell the doctor this has happened, so they know how to plan their rounds. The doctor round starts, we make a plan, and that's also another best thing I feel, that the doctor will listen to the practical nurse story, the registered nurse story, his senior story, and then he will make a decision. It's not like I'm a doctor, I'm doing this, you guys have to follow me. That is not there. So I feel it gives the sense of responsibility in every person's like I know this is my job, I am responsible and I have to give the feedback so that it affects or it helps in making the best care plan for the patient. You know that you are going to affect that care plan. So that is something I like. We make plans together with the doctor, we talk with the patient, and then again once we talk, we decide the treatment plan starts. And again, depending on what kind of a patient it is, if necessary we give medication, or if necessary we give basic care. If it is necessary, we try to arrange kind of a care. So this whole thing takes like about 3 hours, like that something, during my daytime. And then once if there is something unfinished, I will give it to my next colleague who comes in the evening shift. But of course, there are some things they expect that once you come to the job, you do those things so that it makes easy for the next persons who are coming.
Yeah.
That the patient's holistic care is not being disturbed.
So do you have to go through paperwork as
Yeah,
well?
a lot. It's like basically Finnish system is completely depending on how you document.
Okay.
So documentation is the basic main thing that you should know how to write, you should know how to talk, you should know what to document, what is important, and you should know how to send the document or give that information to other people in the other fields.
Recently, I've read that there is a nursing shortage in Finland. People are brought from Asian countries,
Yes.
including India. So, why do you think this is happening within the nurses who are already here? Why are they leaving the job? Why do you
I think
it is?
at the end of the day, unknowingly, they are expecting a lot from you,
Okay.
and you end up getting peanuts. This is not the job if you want to work for getting more money.
Okay.
This is not what it is. Because it's a huge responsibility you are carrying without knowing, and it's quite stressful job. And the salary we get, it's extremely low.
Okay.
So people are not happy with that. And as I said, Finnish people, they want many things to go peacefully. If let's say someone is not happy about the parking, they are getting parking spaces they are getting, or if they're not having enough break times, or if they feel that the johtaja, the super boss, is not making some drastic measures in the management system. Some things, if they are not happy with it, they don't want to continue there. They want the life to be very peaceful, and they don't want change. I have seen, at least this is my own personal experience, that they don't like any kind of huge changes.
Okay.
Like recently we got this it's American influenced documentation system which was called Apote. Before, if the doctor if he is meeting a patient, if he could give you 20 minutes of his time by listening and writing down on a simple documentation system, now he's spending 5 minutes, because other 35 minutes he has to just click the buttons to make sure the right information is going.
Okay.
So when you as a patient, you go there, you might be thinking, he's not even looking at me, what is he doing?
Yes.
It's very, very obvious, and I know where the doctor is coming from, because we do that job. We also feel sometimes it's too much of things. They are like, now they want it 100% to be accurate, whatever they are documenting. They're trying, the idea is very nice, but the process is exhausting, and this kind of change has like really pissed off so many people. Not everyone is having the patience to do all these things. So this kind of major changes, which has been influenced by a foreign American culture, they're trying to bring it now in Finland. So it's quite exhausting, and they feel with this kind of salary is too many changes, and they're not happy with the changes in the system. That's one major thing.
Something I have noticed, like in comparison with India. In India, when you go to a hospital, you get to see a doctor first. But as well in Finland, even if you have an appointment, you go to a nurse, a sairaanhoitaja first.
Yes.
What is the idea or the logic behind that?
Because I think the nurse is already qualified enough to identify what kind of specialized care you need. Depending on this nurse's report, the doctor will decide whether you need a basic care now and then he will refer you, or you right away need a specialized care, so that he can save that time and give that time to someone else.
Okay.
So the protocol is like that.
Okay.
I don't know if it is fortunate or unfortunate. So I keep telling people that you need to really make sense, and the nurse should be convinced that it is emergency. When you go and meet your nurse, she should be convinced that the reason you came for is something that should be treated immediately, because based on her assessment, the doctor will see you.
Yes. But is it the same nurse who was working in the hospital, or are they different?
They are different.
Okay.
Every shift there will be a different nurse, but they are trained like that.
Okay.
Especially the public health nurses, they are specially trained for this one. They study even more extra time, like their education is 5.5 years, like just like a doctor. And they know the general infectious diseases area. They have specialized themselves in many areas. So they know which channel they should push you in, depending on your symptoms.
So, if someone from a foreign country, may not be India, anywhere, wants to work in Finland as a nurse, what are the steps that they should take?
Unless you're a native Finn who knows very good language. Otherwise, you cannot jump into the nursing field the next day you come to Finland.
Okay.
This is a myth. If someone is promising you, that means something is fishy. You should know that. Once you come into the Finland Finnish system, they will first put you into the language school.
Yes.
They make sure you learn the language first.
Yes.
And sometimes they put you in a basic requirement area, like where there are patients who need just basic care,
Okay.
like mental illness patients.
Oh.
There you don't need that much of language efficiency.
Okay.
Maybe you can just survive with basic language skills. So they will put you into those areas. So you first learn the language, and then they will give you an opportunity to jump into specialized care. So if you are coming here with big dreams, thinking that from tomorrow I'll start working as a nurse, it's not possible. Finland is not the place. Please don't plan in that way. The system is very, very tightened and very, very organized. That they will first make sure that you have enough credits first of all.
Mm-hmm.
They will assess that the country where you came from is the qualification the equal level to the qualification in Finland.
Okay.
If not enough, then they'll put you again in a Finnish school. They'll ask you to do some extra credits.
Okay.
You have to go and do that one, and then you learn the language, and then you jump into the field.
Okay.
And here also, I sometimes, of course, it's nice to have big ambitions, big dreams. I see sometimes new people coming here say they want to jump into working in quite challenging areas like päivystys or surgery or this kind of critical places.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult.
Okay.
Unless you're a superman or a woman where you learn
Yeah,
the language in
like-
1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Otherwise, these are the areas I don't recommend you to aim for those places.
Okay. Yeah, but
Understand the Finnish people.
it's
understand the
understandable
culture,
because
yeah. Because I have met people who
Okay.
came here who studied for 6 months language and they say that I want to go and work in the surgery. It's nice to aim big, but these are the places where you cannot make a mistake.
Okay.
And they expect that when you come here, you come with certain set of skills and certain set of knowledge. And it's also difficult for the person who is trying to train you.
Okay.
It's difficult for them. So it's like in a way you're extra including you're like putting more workload on that person.
Okay.
And not many people are ready at this moment to train you because they're already
Short
short
staff,
of
yes.
staff and they are like filled with piles of work.
Okay.
And everyone is exhausted doing the work. Especially the emergency wards where some people are doing like long shifts for many days without having continuous holidays. There is like huge shortage of nurses. So
there is opportunity.
There is opportunity. Definitely there is opportunity. If you are having time, if you are ambitious, if you learn the language, you can definitely come. It's not impossible.
Okay. So that was Soumya Velpula with us. I hope everyone or whoever is interested in the field of nursing has got enough information from her talk. Thank you, Soumya, for spending your time with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope I didn't demotivate anyone. But Finland is a beautiful place and it's very, very employment friendly place, and definitely you will enjoy working here if you go in the right way and you have right time to do things.
And if you have a lot of patience.
Yes, exactly.